Hello and welcome once again to the Coastal Edge Consulting channel. My name is Melissa Kettler. Today we're going to be talking about something that many people may find very valuable, and maybe you've even struggled with this yourself. It's around how to have influence when you don't have the positional authority. So there's some secret skills that you can build or pay attention to in order to have that influence that you might desire. So let's jump right in. Hey everyone! Today, we're diving into a skill that's becoming way more important than job titles. How to influence when you don't have formal authority. This is the skill that gets projects moving, builds trust, and frankly, gets you invited into rooms you technically weren't supposed to be in yet. So why does influence without authority even matter? Well, if you've been in leadership for any amount of time, you probably already know this. Titles don't guarantee influence. In most organizations, the real power lives with the people who build trust, the people who bring clarity, and the people who get things done without drama. Influence is the new leadership currency, especially in hybrid workplaces, cross-functional teams, and environments where everyone is juggling competing priorities. If you master this, you become the person people turn to. Not because they have to, but because they want to. So the first step is to start with credibility. Influence starts with credibility, not perfection. People follow leaders who keep their promises, do what they say they'll do, stay calm when things get messy, and come prepared. You don't need to have a title to have authority. You need consistency. If you're the person who reliably brings clarity instead of chaos, your influence skyrockets. The second thing is to learn the real power of networking. So here's a quick truth bomb. The organizational chart is mostly decorative. If you want influence, you have to understand the real network. Look for informal leaders, long-timers who know how things really get done, connectors who bridge departments and the people everyone trusts, even if they're not loud about it. Build relationships with these people. They're often more influential than someone with a VP title. The next step is to use your influence through curiosity. So one of the strongest and most underrated tools is curiosity. When you don't have authority, your first move isn't convincing, it's understanding. So here are some questions that instantly reduce resistance and open up collaboration. Understanding priorities, for example, what's the most important outcome for you on this? If we could only achieve one thing, what would you choose? What would success look like from your perspective? Also, try surfacing hidden concerns. For example, what risks do you see that I might be missing? What part of this feels the most uncertain? If this goes off the rails, what do you think the reason would be? And then also building partnership instead of pushback. So for example, what would make this easier on your end? Where can I support you so this feels doable? What do you think we should watch out for collectively? And then also co-creating the path forward. What's one small step we can try first to test this? How would you approach this if you were leading it? What ideas do you have that we haven't explored yet? And here's a power move when someone's really resistant. Help me understand what success looks like for you so we can make this work for both of us. The next step is to listen like it matters. So curiosity only works if you actually listen, not pretend listen, not nod while planning your next rebuttal, but real listening. Listen in a way that makes people feel understood, respected, and safe to be honest. So you can use simple prompts like, "Tell me more about that. I want to make sure I'm hearing you right. Is this the main concern? So what I'm hearing is, does that feel accurate?" So when people feel heard, their guard drops, and finally, collaboration will begin. The next step is to speak only when it adds value. So influence isn't about talking more, it's about talking meaningfully. Before you speak, ask yourself, am I adding clarity or just adding noise? When you choose your moments intentionally, your words carry more weight. People will pay more attention. Your ideas land harder. Silence, actually used well, is influence. So don't be afraid to just be silent. The next step is to speak their language. So if you want people to support your idea, don't frame it from your perspective, frame it from theirs. So for example, finance cares about risk and return on investment. IT cares about stability and scalability. HR cares about people impact and fairness. Executives care about outcomes, timelines, and optics. Influence starts when people can see how your idea makes their world better. The next step is to build micro-alliances. So forget big steering committees. Influence usually starts with 2 or 3 people who believe in the idea. Look for those early champions. Look for the respected skeptics. A few strong allies can move an entire organization. The next step is very important. So share credit generously. Nothing builds influence faster than being known as the leader who lifts others up. Give credit publicly. Share the win. Spotlight the contributions of others. The more credit you give away, the more people see you as a real leader, long before you ever get that title. So in summary, influencing without authority isn't magic, it's a set of simple, learnable habits. And once you master them, your impact grows fast, even before your job title catches up. So if you found this helpful, please hit that subscribe button for more practical leadership tips and tell me in the comments, which influence habit are you going to focus on building this year? And don't forget, keep on striving. See you in the next video. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.